39 days. It's been exactly 39 days since I lost you. I've been holding out hope that things will go back to the way they were someday, but the truth is, you're probably better off without me. You, Ned, everyone else. It's safer this way. You'll be going to Boston anyways soon. Hopefully not having you around will make things easier, but I don't know if that's the case. I'm gonna keep recording these messages and leaving them for you just in case. I can't stop, because then it feels like I've completely given up on you.
Spider-Man hits the stop button on a miniature voice recorder in his hands. He perches on a rooftop and overlooks the city. The streets are lit up with Christmas lights. He can hear the civilians laughing down below, enjoying the holiday season with their families. All of a sudden, Peter hears screaming coming from the streets below. He quickly puts his mask on and swings down to the source of the noise. He lands in an alleyway and sees a man in a white mask holding a gun to a visibly distraught young couple.
Why does someone always have to ruin the mood? I was having a really good night, you know.
Spider-Man, we finally meet. You can call me the Chameleon, and I have been waiting for this moment for so long.
Oh, okay. Well, then this will probably be very disappointing for you. Guys with a singular handgun have never really been the biggest threat to me. Maybe
Spider-Man is cut off by the Chameleon spraying him with some kind of chemical through a contraption on his belt as the couple runs away.
Now, who do you see, Spider-Man? Who can you not bear to face? Who is it that you fear most?
Peter's sight starts to blur, and the sound of Chameleon's voice begins to distort. But when he regains stability, it isn't Chameleon standing in front of him. It's MJ.
MJ? You... What?
Before Peter can wrap his head around what happened, his spider sense goes off, allowing him to dodge the bullet that the MJ-disguised Chameleon just fired at him. He quickly binds the Chameleon with his webbing and swings off, unable to bear looking at the girl he's lost forever.
Oh, there's no place like home for the holidays, 'cause no matter how far away you roam, when you pine for the sunshine of a friendly gaze, for the holidays you can't beat home, sweet home. I met a man who lives in Tennessee. He was heading for Pennsylvania and some homemade pumpkin pie.
Oh, Christmas isn't just a day. It's a frame of mind.
Pennsylvania folks are traveling down to Dixie's sunny shore from Atlanta.
Maybe they don't forget about you, but they forget to remember you. I don't think people mean to forget. I think it just happens.
There's no place like home for the holiday, 'cause no matter how far away you roam.
Strange, isn't it? Each man's life touches so many other lives. When he isn't around, he leaves an awful hole, doesn't he?
Holidays you can't beat home, sweet home. For the holidays you can't beat home, sweet home.
Peter lies in his apartment, breathing heavily, thinking about his encounter with the Chameleon. He has to reassure himself that this is the way things need to be. This is the way that no one gets hurt. He looks out his window and sees people running through the streets lined with thick snow, holding hands with loved ones as they enter their homes with gift-filled bags. Even in the blistering cold, they look warmer than ever. Peter then turns away from the window, looking around his cold, empty apartment.
Merry Christmas, Peter. First of many.
We cut to later that night, at an abandoned industrial facility in Soho. Interrupting the silence, a portal seems to appear out of nowhere, as the Vulture falls out.
What the hell is happening to me? Where am I?
Adrian Toomes tries desperately to remember even a bit of what's happened recently, but everything's a blur. Due to the back and forth between universes, Doctor Strange's spell has hit him a lot harder than most other people.
Doris. Liz. Spider-Man.
Vulture fires up his suit and flies away. The only thing he's able to remember, the only thing he's able to think about, is the man who took everything he loved.
Peter, why do you always have to be such a loner? It's a Christmas party. It's not like we're asking you to marry us.
I'm not a loner, Betty. I just have some other work I have to do.
On Christmas Eve? I'm surprised Jonah's even making us come into the Beagle today. Actually, no, I'm not.
You don't have anything better to do? I mean, spending Christmas Eve at an office Christmas party doesn't really sound like the most exciting thing, if I'm being honest.
Okay, maybe I'm the loner. So what? The point is, you're always dodging advances anytime someone tries to hang out with you. What do you even do outside of work?
Look, I just got a lot on my plate right now, and I don't have time to go to picnics or Christmas parties. Sue me.
Later that night, Peter sits on a rooftop as Spider-Man, looking over the city once again before pulling out his voice recorder.
It's Christmas Eve. My first one all alone. Man, I used to love this time of year. Guess this new perspective really goes to show what made the season so special.
It really does, doesn't it?
Toomes?
Before we do this, I just gotta know. Was it worth it, Spider-Man? You took everything from me. I have nothing. And no one. But at least you got to stop my little operation, right? Was it worth it?
Look, Toomes, I know you may be confused, but...
Nah, I'm not confused. My wife, my daughter, I can't ever see him again. It was all for them, you know. And you just had to go and play hero.
The Vulture lunges at Spider-Man, scraping him with his wing. Peter leaps off the roof as Vulture follows. The two soar through the snowy New York skyline before the Vulture cuts Peter's web and he ends up landing at another rooftop near the Rockefeller Center. Spider-Man webs towards the Vulture and proceeds to land as many punches as he can before Adrian throws him off with his wings. That's when Peter looks down below and sees the entire Rockefeller tree collapse.
What the hell? Look, man, we have to stop. Something's going on down there, and that tree just collapsed, and I can hear gunshots or something.
Before he can realize what's going on, Vulture flies at him from the side and slams him into the snow. Ignoring him, the Vulture holds Spider-Man to the ground and lands punch after punch, barely giving Peter time to breathe.
I'm sorry, Toomes. I'm sorry. But I understand. I don't have a home either.
The Vulture stops for a second. He stares at Spider-Man, and he can hear the emotion in his breath. The fear, the sorrow.
I have no one. So to answer your question, I don't know if any of this is worth it. I come out here every night, and I put this mask on, and I give it all up. I give it all up, even though there's nothing left to give. I'm just trying to do the right thing, Toomes, and for some reason, the right thing always seems to put me in the wrong place.
If you were to tell me, well, I don't know how many years it's been at this point, that I was going to become some masked criminal flying through the air to pull off heists,
Well, honestly, I would have believed you. But I wouldn't be proud of it. I did it all for them. I just needed to make sure that they were safe. And all I ended up doing was putting them in more danger. I'm scared. I'm confused. And boy, am I lonely. But sometimes I think this is for the better. You know? Maybe they are better off without me. But that doesn't make it hurt any less. Hell, it's Christmas Eve. And here I am, all alone, doing the thing that made me this way.
You ever wish you could just have a do-over?
Every damn day. But I can't. It's just the way it is now. So, I can either suck it up and move forward, or hold myself back, letting the same mistakes create the same results.
I'm sorry, Toomes.
So am I. Merry Christmas, Spider-Man.
Adrian puts his helmet back on and soars off into the air. And for some reason, Peter lets him go, staring into the sky as the Vulture disappears into the snow. We cut to the Daily Bugle as a few members of the staff sit around the office, enjoying each other's company at a makeshift Christmas party. Betty Brant, Robbie Robertson, Glory Grant, and even J. Jonah Jameson. All of a sudden, the elevator opens and Peter Parker walks into the office.
What do you know? It's Peter Parker. I thought you had better things to do.
I don't know. I guess I just changed my mind. I didn't really want to spend Christmas alone.
It's nice to hear you're finally starting to open up. Welcome home, Peter.
Have yourself a merry little Christmas. Let your heart be light. From now on, our troubles will be out of sight. If the fates allow, hang a shining star upon the highest bough, and have yourself a merry